Welcome to Valley Children's Stadium, everyone, the home of the Fresno State Bulldogs. And for a team whose mantra is anytime, any place, anywhere, it's always good to be home. And these fans have shown out for the clash we have ahead of us. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Washington Huskies, squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the Fresno State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Huskies offense will start this game off. And there he is, a man who makes an entire stadium hold its breath every time he touches the ball, Jesse.
This defense better have a lot of breath in this game, too, because he gets better as the game goes on. He's the kind of guy, David, who can wear a defense down.
And he is the primary focus. That's what this defense is focused and keyed in on. We got to stop him if we're going to have success today.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He'll try it again. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on.
Got a lot of running room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. And he believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
They've got him looking raw, but they're going to throw it. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. They're setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Finds him out of the backfield. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. The Bulldogs offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Keep it on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He wants to go deep. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
Man, what a break on the football. He read that the whole way. He just couldn't finish it. You know he saw the end zone. He saw the grass in front of him to break on that and maybe take it to the house, but just a missed opportunity.
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
Give to the back. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. We'll see if they go back to the run here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. At the 35, he's got room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Quarterback checking off. He wants to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Couldn't make the play on 1st down. They'll try it again. 2nd and 10 from the 27. This time he's got it. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Makes the catch. It's Potts. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? They'll give it to the back.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Off play action. Lofts one high indeed. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. On the move. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Let's go. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Fresno State working from the red zone. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State! Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed a play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it's a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Ohio State. Trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners like Eddie George and Archie Griffin in the pantheon of greats in Columbus. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Iowa. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. 1st down for this offense. Pulled and fired complete. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Finds the tight end. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
That's a really good-looking throw right there, and that was a tight spiral, too. You guys remember the great Washington Husky quarterback Warren Moon? I don't think anybody threw a more pretty ball than Warren Moon did. Tightest spiral I've ever seen. That
Off he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And the defense makes the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 2. Washington wants to go quickly. Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And the offense, man, he couldn't find anybody open. Like, somebody's got to create some separation. Or, what do? How about I throw a jump ball to one of my big receivers out wide that can go up and dunk on somebody's head and catch the football? Maybe find my big playmakers and try to force them the ball down here in the red zone.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
They're backed up 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. The give to the tailback. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Fresno State will have to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early in this one. They just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Line gets set, first down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. It's complete to the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some...
Lets it fly deep downfield. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. He's going to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. The short hands, it's Rojas. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Bulldogs with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw it again. Extending the play. He'll try to do it himself. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Makes the grab outside. It's Potts.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those...
And the rush will get to him at the 25. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. It is good. And that'll tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Here's the handoff. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Rides to the back. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. On the run, fires downfield. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific scene there today in Fresno.
Washington about to boot it deep to start things in the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Power football with the run. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Finds a man in the middle. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Bulldogs have their offense in high gear. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Wide open downfield. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a 1st down. Now the play fake. He'll take a shot. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. They'll try it over the left side. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. The Bulldogs get it past the sticks.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And that one will give them the lead. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that one. Nice job.
He's going to bring it out from deep. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Going up top on 1st down. It's complete to the right. And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on 4th down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the 1st? That's huge.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. trying to turn the corner on the left. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Ball spotted right at midfield as they try to convert third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Gets open down the middle. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. And the Huskies will line it up on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. It's caught. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're
looking for the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Ohio State is in front. They've led for most of the game. However, Brutus isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Iowa. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. He'll do it himself. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Fresno State will have to punt it away. That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. And here comes the punt team. They'll look to pin them deep. He gets a block. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 40 down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Huskies! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space on the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the 4th quarter.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Washington, 20, Fresno State, 17.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Washington. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
Scores for the defense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6.
17.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Got him downfield. Oh, sick, nasty move, and he's loose. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Fresno State. And once he got loose, it was all over. Lead in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but, man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the momentum. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Not much.
The ball carrier.
To the 22.
Yeah, and a nice job by this defense. This is a critical moment, right? We got to get the football back. They're backed up, thank goodness. Force a punt here, get the football back so we can make some magic here in this 4th quarter.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you, a huge 3rd down. They'll run play action. Fires to the big fella. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the 4th quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
Washington coming to the line with another first down. They'll leave it with him. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets.
He's going to throw deep right side. Catch and stride inside the 15. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And they finally ride him down at the 1-yard line. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. And to the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies.
Touchdown.
Ready to try the point after.
Number 34.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
The score, Washington 34, Fresno State 24.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on first down. Got his man downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They'll throw it on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running.
2nd down.
He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Getting some heat. Catch in the middle, it's Potts. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Coming after him. Makes the grab. It's Potts. They make the stop right there. Good pickup and still short of the first down. Wants to throw on third down. Just threw that one way too far.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies! With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. Game is essentially over right now, and you wonder if it's really necessary to jack up the score like this.
It might not be necessary, but it won't be forgotten. I can tell you that, because coaches, they don't forget things like this. Late in games, you want to run the score up, get that extra touchdown. I'll get the chance in the future to do this back to you. I like it. Just keep it in the back of your mind.
And that extra point is a big one, as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th.
Fresno State, 24.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. One more play to pad the stats. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He's going up top here late in the game. And the pass falls to the ground, and the ball game is over. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always